Hey, hey, Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your weekly collective reading for the week of Monday, June 30th through Sunday, July 6th. If you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Soul Tribe, bottom of the deck, we have timing. This is divine timing here showing up. TikTok, some of you have gone through a bit of a waiting period when it comes to progress here or seeing something through to completion or just seeing some sort of results. But I feel like your patience is paying off and you're going to start to see fruits of your abundance, evidence of prosperity showing up in your material world. I do feel like some of you are planning. All right, we do have the travel card here, and here in the US, it is a holiday week. We have Independence Day, the 4th of July. So there could be some planning and perhaps some patience that is required this week. So diving into Monday, June 30th. This is the last day of the month, and it is a powerful day of gifts, right? Spiritual gifts. It is gratitude, surprise energy, and celebration. So there could even be a birthday on June 30th or an anniversary, but I also feel like Monday sets the tone for the entire week. And some of you are quite excited for the week ahead or travel plans here because we have the travel card showing up on Thursday. So you may be having an early work week or you are embracing some sort of news or celebratory energies here on Monday. You may even receive some positive feedback here on this day. It can be that there are some connections, some divine connections that show up for you where you feel like there are blessings, right? People coming in at the right time. This could also be a really smooth flowing conversation that you have with someone in your life on Monday. And ultimately, it feels like today is a gift. So this Monday is starting out really good for you. And I feel like you are also honing into your own spiritual gifts. Now that we have entered Cancer season, you may be going inward and doing a lot of reflecting. You may be looking at your life in ways that feel quite emotional, right? That emotional piece is stirring up within you, and you may want to activate some of your dreams, right? Activate some of your gifts and maybe even activate those parts of yourself that you haven't quite unwrapped yet, hence the gift, because there's some sort of potential here on Monday and it's untapped potential, but it is going to require you, Soul Tribe, to unwrap the gift that Monday brings. Now, Tuesday, July 1st, we are kicking off the month with body talk. This is self-love. This is exercise, mental health, body image, and chakra healing. It would be a really wonderful day to, maybe even start a new exercise regime or to maybe go a little bit longer in some sort of ritual or routine that you have already started to incorporate into your world. Your body is talking to you today, so listen. It could be through cravings, it could be through movement, it could even be through, butterflies in the stomach, it could be through pain, it could be through your dreams, right? Trying to get your attention. I feel like you are being guided to listen. And mental health is showing up because some of you are getting back to a space where you may be balancing out your thoughts, okay? It feels like thoughts are significant here for you. And you may even be reprogramming. Some of you are doing meditation, you're doing breath work. You're getting back to a space where your thoughts are not taking over rather than you letting them take over. I feel like you're getting in control. right? You're getting in control by quieting the mind in some way, or at least that is a message for you on Tuesday, is don't let the mind take over. Drop into your body, get grounded, spend some time in nature, go for a walk, eat some grounding foods, get a massage, right? Do all the things that can take care of you. But I also am seeing here some sort of results. So because you have the timing card, it feels like Tuesday, maybe you try on those jeans that you haven't wore for a while. Perhaps you are packing a suitcase for travel and you're deciding, right, should I bring that swimsuit or does that still fit? And this could be a day of evidence where you realize that that exercise routine that you started a couple months ago is paying off, right? Or it feels like your body is letting you know something. So I definitely feel like this is a day of listening. It's a day of healing, and getting out in nature is going to be big today. Water your plants. I just heard water your plants. So maybe some of you have some dry plants, or maybe you're replanting, or maybe even getting your hands dirty. Some of you have a plant that needs to be repotted here, or you could be bringing the outdoors inside. So maybe you have, a lot of plants, or maybe even a stray animal, right? Could be showing up at your doorstep. And I feel like you are focusing on compassion. It feels like compassion for all things, all creatures, all things living, right? Living organisms here. All right. Now, Wednesday, July 2nd, belief system. Belief system is something that we all have, right? We all go through life experiences that condition us to thinking certain ways, to believing in certain things. And it feels like you have been asking yourself if a belief system still holds true for you. I am getting the Hierophant. And this is like the student energy and the teacher. You've heard the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Now, you could be asked to open up to that beginner's mindset here. Some of you have knowledge or wisdom to share. I also see you talking to yourself in a kinder way this Wednesday. This is self-talk and also respect. Don't let other people talk to you in a disrespectful way. Put up a boundary and hold your ground, okay? I'm getting hold your ground when it comes to maybe communications here, because Cancer season can trigger some emotions, especially with people around us. And I see here that you are holding yourself accountable for your own emotions, but I also see that you've been doing a lot of reprogramming. You have been taking a look at any outdated or limiting beliefs, patterns, or habits that have kept you stuck. And this is a really wonderful day for you to connect to your higher power. It could be a day where you connect with community even. Because that Hierophant is coming in, there could be a class that you are taking on Wednesdays, right? It could even be that there's someone who enters your world, and there is that student teacher, that energy that is showing up between you and them. I also feel like this could be a day of writing. Some of you may have some administrative tasks. This could be a really good day to journal as well. I'm getting like schedule, getting organized, getting planning things out, preparing. Some of you are, yes, preparing for travel, as I mentioned, but I also see here that you are pumping yourself up, or you're being your biggest cheerleader, especially if people are coming at you from maybe different angles, or there does feel like there's a little bit of maybe competitiveness in the world. It feels like you are trying to stay in a high vibe this Wednesday. Now on Thursday, July 3rd, you have here Wanderlust. This is the energy here of travel, gypsy soul. This is about you thinking big, right? Expanding your vision, expanding your reach. Tourism, new lands, new expeditions, vacationing, and even backpacking or getting ready to travel. Some of you could be boating or going on a cruise. I'm getting water activities here. There is a plane here. There's a map. There's a hat and pictures. So I definitely feel like your environment this Thursday could be shifting in some way. Perhaps this is a day where there's some office changes, or if you work from home, you could be seeing things from a new angle, quite literally. Perhaps you're working in a different area of your home, or you may be getting outside. I feel like there are also lights. I'm getting lighting. For some of you, maybe this is fairy lights. For others of you, this is city lights. For some of you as well, this could be like you are feeling lit up, like from the inside out. And I see that there's growth, there's expansion here. Stepping out of your comfort zone this Thursday is actually going to feel very exhilarating and very enlightening here with that light that's showing up in my mind's eye. And I see memories, like you are going to capture memories, or there's going to be something that stands out in your mind in the month, or excuse me, in on Thursday here. So don't be afraid to reach for the stars. Don't be afraid to go big. Don't be afraid to try something new. I'm getting a little bit of Fool energy here. So spontaneity could be your friend, right? Think outside the box. I'm also getting here like a new restaurant, or maybe it's like a new farmer's market. It feels like you could explore local, but there may be like a new hot spot that you visit or plan on Thursday. And this could be a great day to maybe book those tickets. Maybe you get an extra discount or a better deal. Now, Friday, July 4th, perspective. This is the energy here of new points of view, big picture thinking. And I just mentioned that here. So it could be that, your vision, your point of view is changing from something that you may have only seen one way in the past. This also has to do with belief system. You could be changing your mind on something here. You could be changing your mind, and there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. Sometimes we get into this belief system, right, that says, well, I made my mind up, now that I'm in it, I've made my bed, I got to lie in it, right? But you may realize that job or that class, or maybe even a relationship that you've just started, maybe you realize that you're not as compatible, or you don't love it, right? Or maybe you realize, wow, I didn't feel like I had a lot of energy or emotions toward this person, but we really are kicking it off. Or, maybe this is a class that I really love and really enjoy, and I didn't even think twice of it. So it feels like you are shifting perspectives here on, Friday. Allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to, again, continue expanding and growing, because that's how we evolve. There could be some professional guidance here. Yes, it can be a holiday. Some of you may be working on Friday, but I also see that you could be doing a bit of both. Maybe there's a little bit of work, there's a little bit of play. I'm also getting clarity showing up. So you could feel a lot clearer about something that you've been trying to figure out, maybe in your career, in your health, in a relationship, in travels, maybe a project around the home. Maybe there's been some indecisiveness or some contemplation or even flexibility here. I feel by Friday, things are clear, like you have a clear plan, or there's a clear direction here, and maybe even some results with that timing card at the bottom of the deck. Now, I am getting time management. For those of you that do have some travel plans, be prepared. There could be some form of maybe a delay, but trust in those delays, because it could be a redirect. Not all delays have to feel like they're putting us back, right? We can take those delays as blessings. We don't always see the why, but Spirit does, and there's something better that is working out behind the scenes for you. Now, on Saturday, July 5th, we have authenticity. I love this energy here of unique visions. Soul Tribe, you have a vision, right? You have something in your mind's eye that you can start to feel. You can start to visualize and conceptualize here. I see that you are starting to really embrace your inner truth, following your true north, your inner compass. This is about you feeling more comfortable in your own skin. It is about you being able to speak up for yourself, be heard, be seen, be valued. And even if people are not seeing you, are not valuing you, are not hearing you, it feels like you are not letting that energy affect you in the same way that you may have in the past. You have a vision and it's starting to come to life. You are the real deal. This is a very genuine, maybe offer or connection that comes through today. This is a very ethical energy as well. So it feels like ethics could be involved. There could be talks of change in your world in some way. Maybe you're having some important conversations, but I feel like there is friendly, either friendly competition, or you're bouncing ideas off of another where you're not feeling rejected. You're not feeling like you have to shut down. If anything, you're thriving in this environment. I mean, you could be outside talking to the trees, talking to the animals. I mean, I do it all the time, right? So wherever this space is for you, it feels liberating. It feels like you are in a space where you're with your loved ones, or you're in nature, or you're in a spot where you can be you, unencumbered by drama, or feeling like someone is like you got to cover up, right? It feels like you don't have to cover up here. And I don't know what that means for you. It could be like covering up where you feel like you can't be yourself, you can't be vulnerable. It just feels like you are able to embrace all of you and the people that are around you, or the animals or nature or whomever, right? It feels like you are all of you. And that's the energy that you want to continue bringing in to your everyday experience, not just reserving it for certain times. It feels like you want to show up fully 100% yourself, authentically in all areas. And that may be something you are working towards. Now, Sunday, July 6th, you have new life. New life. This is a new energy ushering in for you. So a lot of you have new momentum, new perspectives, new relationships, promotions, something new that is opening up for you. It feels like Sunday is a portal. July 6th is a portal bringing in something quite profound. And it could be, again, a birthday week for some of you here. This could be a day of massive transformation. There may be a yes. I'm getting a big yes energy where maybe there's an opportunity that comes up. There could be an invitation. There may be a blessing even in disguise, but it feels like that's the energy of the entire week. It almost feels like expect the unexpected, because it feels like there are synchronicities that are taking place for you at this time, big changes ahead here for you, and yeah, a fresh start. And it feels like it's starting within you. So this is a personal and internal transformation that you are going to see show up in your material earthly realm. And right now, it feels like you are tending to your garden. And that was the theme, I believe, of last week's collective reading was, tending to your garden, like pulling out the weeds in a sense, where you've done some work. You've done some work, and now you get to see the fruits of your labor really show up in some beautiful ways that maybe were unexpected. Some may be expected here, but I see a lot of growth and I see something fresh coming in. Now, I am getting island vibes. So some of you could be, again, maybe spending time traveling here on an island, or this could even be like a sandbar you're visiting. I'm seeing someone scuba diving as well. Maybe you are a scuba dive instructor, or this could be a dream of yours. Perhaps you are visiting a place that has some really great like reefs, and you're swimming with the aquatic creatures here. I'm also getting the name Stephen or Steve could be significant, or even Stevens could be someone's last name. I'm getting here Brooklyn or Brooklyn Park. Maybe Brooklyn is a name, or it's a location, maybe a street. And I'm getting Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive. Isn't that in California? I'm not quite sure where that's at, honestly. Rodeo Drive, or if maybe that's just in the movies, but that's coming through here as well. And I feel like a lot of you may also be contemplating like real estate or Airbnb, or potentially a move, like making a move here. Maybe it is an actual physical move. It could be a move in your business and your career. And I'm also getting here having fun now before some sort of surgery. Okay, well, I'm sending you a lot of love for those of you that are about to maybe get surgery in a couple weeks or a couple of months. I mean, it could be dental surgery, it could be knee surgery. It feels like there could even be something taken out or removed. Maybe this is like sutures or stitches, or perhaps it's some sort of like pin, or maybe even a cavity. And I feel like you want to have fun and enjoy being, I don't want to say pain free, but you want to have fun now before that surgery takes place. I mean, that's only going to be for a handful of you that resonate with something like that coming in. And I'm also getting here like broccoli. It smells like broccoli, or maybe like asparagus, or a cooked green vegetable. Either you are eating that or cooking that as you're listening to this, or maybe it's something that you had earlier today or last night. Again, take that as it resonates. Maybe some of you could benefit from eating more greens, your collards, your kales, maybe broccoli or green beans. Maybe these are some actual things that are showing up in your garden as well. And then lastly here, this is an interesting one. Some of you may be cleaning out your drawers, and specifically they're showing me the undergarments here. Maybe this is like a swimsuit drawer, or again, an undergarment drawer. Someone could be cleaning out and maybe decluttering, or, giving items away, throwing them away here, donating them, maybe packing up a box to send to like Goodwill, or a place that takes clothing. I'm also getting here one last message of like advocating. It feels like some of you may be advocating for women rights, okay? Or it could be like rights for like women and children. Maybe this is for like domestic violence, or it could be something that it feels like it's like wellness for women in some way. So if that has been calling to you, or if that hits a chord, or, strikes up something within you, you may want to pay attention, because I feel like there's a lot of emotional shifts that are taking place, but also your belief system is shifting in a way where you are either reverting back to a space where you were fully aligned with a vision, and somewhere along the line or along the way, something got a little bit miscued, something got a little bit tangled up, and you could be coming back to a space of home. And for others of you, I feel like you're letting go of old conditions or old patterns in order for you to see the world quite literally with the perspective and the map, like see the world through the eyes of like a new perspective. You may even be contemplating here moving to a different country or a different location. Maybe it's due to like what's going on in the world, or you may be wanting to retire in a different place. I feel like some of you are big picture thinking at this time, and that's what's showing up on two of the energies. So yeah, you could be contemplating making a move that's more than just like across the town, right? It feels like this could be something big, maybe even global, or in a different state or a different country. So any other messages here? Nope, that's all. Thank you so much, Soul Tribe, for tuning in. If you are enjoying these weekly readings, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button so I can continue putting these out if they are getting enough views, enough traction. So thank you again for tuning in, and happy beginning of July. Lots of love.